Hello everyone. I, Ms. Bhavna Danesh Munod, welcome you all in Agricultural Development Trust, Shardabai Pawar, Mahila Arts, Commerce and Science College, Sharda Nagar, Baramati. Good day everyone. Last period, or say last video, we studied about importance of organizing. That was second function of management. Now we come to our third function of management, and that is also important, that is called as staffing. Staffing means what? Staff members. Whatever, whoever, say higher level authority, middle level authority, lower level authority, whoever the employees, the staff members of the organization are the pioneers, say if they achieve profit or if the organization is in a success way, it depends upon the staff members who have dedicated their hard work. So we'll study about staffing. Now, see, staffing is the function of execution according to the plan and organizational structure. So, the placement of the staff members, their salary, their recruitment, their praising, and how to utilize the human labor force by the organization properly by studying which skills and specialization the employee is, that is more important. So, this we will study according to this function of management, the third function, that is staffing. Staffing means regarding management, employees are appointed depending on their skills, their talents, and then their salary is fixed. What resources, how much we should utilize them, and how much they can give the best outcome, that a management has to decide. So, the function staffing emphasizes, stresses managing human and non material or financial resources. That means human resources also we have to see, as well as financial and material. Then the need of staffing arises from the initial starting. Only we require children in any company or in any organization. We require staff members, we require human labor. So their promotion, transfer, business expansion, retirement, resignation, accidents, death of employee, everything should the management decide. They should think, plan according to the way. Whose employees, labor forces, promotion, transfer, business expansion, retirement, resignation, accidents, deaths, etc. So these vacancies are created in an organization due to this staffing. And in this context, staffing functions is a very important part or role in organization. So right person at right job, children, with right pay is the basic principle of staffing. See, right person, right job, and also that is the basic principle of staffing. Means the person will be appointed properly, as well as right pay means according to his skills, according to his talent, the person should be paid. That is called as staffing. Now we see one by one the definitions of staffing. Now the first definition of staffing is, children, according to Professor Heyman. Now what Heyman tells us, that the staffing function pertains to the recruitment, selection, development, training, and compensation of subordinate managers. So see what the staffing function tells us. It pertains to the recruitment, selection, development, training, and compensation of subordinate management. Means whoever staff members will be there, according to Professor Heyman, they have told this staffing function will see the recruitment, means what? Job placement. Then selection of that particular employee. Development, if he requires training, he requires proper development, the management should think of that. Training should be given to him then. And then also regarding salary, if negotiation is there, if compensation they can do, this all can be done with the help of studying staffing function. And this is related to subordinate management. So Professor Heyman tells us the staffing function pertains to recruitment, selection, development, training, and compensation of subordinate managers. Now we'll see according to the second definition regarding staffing by Professor Luther Gulick, children. Our second definition related to staffing. So they have told that staffing is the whole personal function of bringing in and training the staff and maintaining favorable conditions of work. Simply defined, very simple definition by Luther Gulick regarding staffing. Means what they have told, any organization appointing a staff member, giving them training and maintaining their work favorable conditions, means for which staff, which work is, say for example, which time is suitable, whether they will work in shifts, whether they have to give lunch hour, break. So what, according to the favorable conditions in work, duties are divided or employees are appointed, that is called as staffing. So this is defined by whom? Professor Luther Gulick. Very simple definition, that staffing is the whole personal function of bringing in and training the staff and maintaining favorable conditions of work. Now we'll see the third definition by Professor S. Benjamin Children. See, the third definition by Professor S. Benjamin, it is telling us staffing is the process involved in identifying, assessing, placing, evaluating and directing individual at work. So, first definition by Professor Heyman, second definition by Luther Gulick, and the third definition by Professor S. Benjamin. Here they are telling what? Staffing is the process involved in identifying, assessing, placing, evaluating and directing individuals at work. Means identify the work, identify the employees, say give them proper placement, appoint. Assessing means appoint them, then give them proper placement. Evaluate whatever duties, whatever work they do, evaluate their work, how much time they will take, whether they are doing properly the work, whether they are doing in discipline, and then guide them according to that. So directing individuals at work, that is called as staffing by Professor S. Benjamin. So staffing is the process involved in identifying, assessing, placing, evaluating and directing individuals at work, children. Now we'll see importance of staffing. See, we have studied importance of planning, importance of organizing. Now the third we will see regarding importance of staffing, children. So we will come to our first point related to importance of staffing, that is effective managerial function. Now see, staffing means what in a simple way if I tell you? By the organization, proper placement of people, employees, right person at right job and giving them right payment, right salary, that is called as staffing. Now the first one is what? Effective managerial function. Now what is this? That staffing is the key for any effective performance or say effective performance of management. So in that planning, organizing, directing, controlling will be there. Competent and workforce can work effectively in different functional areas. So it will be production department, sales department, finance department. And the outcome of other functions is based on the effectiveness of staffing. Now simple way I will tell you. The first point is what? Effective managerial function. So here it is telling that the first point, that in any management there will be planning, there will be organizing, there will be directing, there will be coordination, there will be controlling. The thing is, if coordination will be there, if proper employees are there, if proper workforce are there and the work is divided into various departments, that is production department say, sales department say, finance department say, and then these workers or these employees say have proper coordination between them, then effectiveness will be there in an organization related to work. So to get the best outcome, it is properly seen by the management that proper employees are appointed. So when staff is well proper mannered, appointed well, it will have effective results in an organization. Effective results in an organization. So effective managerial function, the first importance of staffing. When it will happen? When any organization, any company will have a proper staff. See, the results of any company, any organization, if it is successful, that means that particular staff member is well educated, appointed, satisfied at his work and giving best results to the company. So that is called as effective managerial function. When it will happen? When will employees, that is staffing is proper in any organization. Now the second one is leads to effective utilization of human resources. Now why this staffing we are studying? So that whatever human force is there in a company, children, we will utilize it properly. So staffing teaches us, this staffing teacher function will teach us regarding effective utilization of human resources, workforce. So proper care is taken at every stage regarding recruitment, means what? Appointment, say selection, placement, regarding salary, if the employee wants training, their development program. Every management, every organization takes care into consideration regarding the staff members. So optimum utilization of human resources results in improvement in performance and progress of an organization. So simple way it has been told that when staff is appointed properly by the management, by the organization, proper care is taken, then they will get an effective result, that this staff member will utilize the resources less and make the organization successful by having maximum production. So utilization of human resources will be proper. Then the third function, children, it builds cordial relationship. So when proper staff members are there, when they have a mutual understanding, employees of the organization will have a mutual coordination, same mutual understanding. It will have a healthy relationship in any company. In any company, there will be a healthy atmosphere. So, they have told that a smooth human relation is the key to better communication and coordination of managerial efforts in an organization. So, the third function of staffing is what? It builds cordial relationship. So, it is very helpful. Why we want mutual understanding, say proper relationship between employees, healthy relationship in employees, because in the organization there will be a smooth flow. So, it is a key to better communication and coordination of managerial efforts in an organization. Now, we'll come to a fourth point, that is helps human resource development, children. Who? Staffing. So, our fourth point is what? Related to helps human resource development. Skilled and experienced employee, say, is an asset of business organization. So, staffing helps to inculcate the organizational culture into employees. It trains and develops the existing workforce. It also ensures smooth functioning of all the managerial aspects of the business organization. See, what the fourth point is telling is that it helps in human resource development. Who? Staffing. See, when in any business organization, children, a qualified staff is there, very hard working, say, honest employees there, and he have skills and talent, so that particular employee will be asset of that company, will be the proud of, say, proud person of that company, of that organization. Why? Because his experience will make the company work more effectively. So they have told that skilled and more the experienced, children, more the better the person. How many experienced persons are there? They will be more better. So they have told regarding skilled and experienced persons or employee is an asset of an business organization. So staffing helps us to what? Inculcate that. Inculcate means what? It helps us to study or take into consideration whatever the culture, whatever organizational culture of the employees will be there. Then it helps us to do training and it develops the existing workflows. So this staffing helps us to what? Smooth functioning of all the managerial aspects of the business organization. So we are studying about importance of staffing. We studied about first point, that is effective managerial functioning. Second one is leads to effective utilization of human resources. Then the third point is builds cordial relationship. Fourth one is helps human resource development. Now we come to our fifth point, children, related to staffing, that is it helps in effective use of technology and other resources. So we'll see our fifth point, that what staffing or importance of staffing, it is there that it helps in effective use of technology and other resources. Now see, trained employees can be the latest technology, capital, material and methods of organization. So it helps in building competitive strength of the organization. It is also helping in improving standards of work and productivities in terms of quality and quantity. Now, the fifth point related to staffing is what we have seen first, that right person, right job, right payment should be there. Then they will use their resources properly, organization, and get effective results. Now, the fifth point is telling us what effective use of technology and other resources. So, when staffing, when we have a qualified skilled staff or employees, what they will do, children? They will use proper technology, use this technology, and it will help in maintaining, say, using optimum use resources, and also will increase the quantity and quality of production. When this will happen? When we'll have a qualified staff, when we'll have a qualitative employee that will be more properly trained, developed, so that employee will look after the profit of the organization. So they have told this staff or employee who knows, who has the knowledge of using technology, how to use it properly, where to use money. Capital means what? Money. Where to use material, machinery. So these 5 M's, when an employee knows properly, then it will help in building competitive strength in the organization. So standard of work will also improve, and there will be increase in quantity and quality of production. So this is our fifth point. Now we'll see our sixth point, children, that improves efficiency. Now see, the training and development programs are offered to employees for self-development and organizational development. So through proper selection, the organization will get what? Quality employees. And through proper training, the performance also will be improved of employees. So the sixth point is telling us improves efficiency. But when the efficiency will improve? When the employee will get proper training, when he will get proper growth, development will be there. So when employee gets proper training from the organization, when he is satisfied at workplace, that time the employee will show his efficiency. So proper training will improve the employee's performance, and he will give to the organization best performance. So they have told that improving efficiency of this training and development program can improve the quality of the employees. Then come to a seventh important point, or say importance of staffing, that is long-term effect. Now see, qualified, efficient and skillful workforce is always an asset of the organization. So proper selection of employees leads the organization towards the path of success. Naturally, long-term positive effects can be observed on the efficiency of an organization. See, long-term effect will be there. When there will be the long-term effect, children? When proper selection of employees we give them proper training, we develop their growth, we appreciate their innovative ideas. So when the management organization thinks of these small things regarding employees, say, or they have faith in an employee about their growth and development, that time positive effects will be there, and it will be for long term in the organization, because how much the experience the employee is, that will be an asset for the company. How much experience? So long term positive effects can be observed on the efficiency of an organization. Then we come to our eighth point regarding staffing, that is essential contribution. Now see, staffing ensures what? Continuity and growth of the organization. So development of employees. So that selection is based on the ability of the prospective employees. So organization can meet the future challenges wisely. Therefore, the contribution of the staff in their future roles is taken account into staffing function. So we are studying about staffing, and the 8th point they are telling about essential contribution. Now see, staffing ensures what? Continuity and the growth of the organization to development of employees. So selection is based on the ability of prospective employees. Means whoever employee will contribute their selves, who will do hard work, who will dedicate their selves in organization, what will happen? The organization will be happy, and he will get promotion according to that. So organization, to meet their future challenges, what they have told, that in staffing be wise or be careful when you select or give job to an employee. Selection should be proper, appropriate, and therefore whatever you will pay to that employee, it will be beneficial when we get a proper staff member. Therefore, they have told that the contribution of the staff in their future roles is taken into consideration in staffing functions. Means, now suppose 1 year, for example, the company has told you, now this is my 1 month, or say 1 year only I have done, I am fresh in that company working, and they have given me salary 10,000 because I am not experienced, I am only fresh worker. Then second year also my salary will be 10,000 children, but as the company is observing me, they are seeing my work, they are seeing my quality and quantity of work. According to that, the third year there will be increase in my salary and promotion also will be there. How? Because the company knows how much I have contributed to them, how much my work contribution was there. So essential contribution of staff members is very important in any organization, say. And for that, the organization should also select proper staff members. Now we come to last 2 points related to importance of staffing children that we will see. The ninth one is what? Provides job satisfaction. See, employees can be motivated through financial and non-financial incentives. So advocate remuneration increases job satisfaction and morale of the employees. Training and development programs, fair remuneration, and job security are the factors which are very important in providing job satisfaction. See, we are studying about staffing, and till now we studied in staffing that whatever employees are be appointed by the organization, they should be appointed according to their quality, their skills, their talent, and they would be paid according to that. Because when employee is satisfied, there will be effective work results. That means quantity and quality of that product will be improved. Efficiency of the organization will also improve. Now they have told provides job satisfaction. Whose? That means the employee should be happy when working in an organization. So for that, whatever training will be required, whatever development process will be required, whatever remuneration in the job will be required, the management, the organization, the company should look after every employees, every staff members needs, demand, whatever it is there. They should take care of the employee so that the employee will be having job satisfaction and he will stay in a company. He will not search for other job when he is satisfied in one company. So provides job satisfaction means what? Employees will be motivated when they are financially secured. When they think, the salary, whatever the management is given, that is good. So employees can be motivated through financial and non-financial incentives. Advocate remuneration increases job satisfaction and morale of the employee. So training and development programs, fair remuneration, and job security are the factors which are important for providing job satisfaction. And the last point in importance of staffing is maintains harmony. So when staff employee is happy, what will happen? Proper coordination is there, healthy environment will be there. Each one will be more happy working together, achieving a same goal for the company, and this will make the company working in progress and in prosperity, children. So your maintains harmony means what? In staffing process, individuals are recruited, selected, and placed, as well as their performance is regularly appraised, and promotions are given on the basis of merit. For this, criteria is made and duty communicated to concerned employees. So it brings peace and harmony in organization. See, last point is what? Maintains harmony. So what it is telling us, that if organization seeing the work of the employees, give them proper salary, give them proper promotion according to their experience, they are getting paid, then any employee will be happy working in that particular organization. And when employees are satisfied, they have a mutual understanding, there will be peace in an organization, there will be harmony in an organization. So right person, right job, is what maintaining harmony as well as right pay also. So in staffing process, individuals are recruited, selected and placed, as well as the performance is regularly appraised. Appraised means what? Whatever they perform, the management should appreciate them, tell them good, and the promotions are given on the basis of merit. So this criteria is made and duly communicated to concerned employees, which will bring peace and harmony in organization, children. So next video will see the other point. Thank you, children.